I'm on my way up to what I consider a secondary area. There's actually 3 areas I know fairly well. This is number 2 on my list, and I wanted to scout this area out now than later, because next couple weekends I'm going to focus on my primary area. But I wanted to scout this before I had a bow in my hand. So what I like about this area is it's roadless. I first started hunting this area and scouting in the summer 2018 and hunted it in the fall of 2018. And I've been kind of checking this area out up and off and on. I've seen some bucks. I've seen elk back there. Backed a couple grouse back there. Tracked a cat. Well, here's a saddle. Now I go that way. I can go up to that ridge line. And I think there's a good deer hunting on the back side of that, possibly. I never fully scouted it, but I know that a sheep camp is on this side, and they're running sheep on this side of the mountain. And they'll eventually run them up that way too. But this side of the mountain's where the action's at. So I'm gonna go up there. I don't think they're running sheep over there. There's a creek down there, but I think it's dry. And I got someone coming up behind me. I saw him park at the trailhead. So I'm not gonna loiter here. That's new. That wasn't here last year. So someone probably tent camped around here. Okay, I think I said on this exact log 2 years ago. Hunting this mountain kicked my butt. What I should have done that year, instead of going down the mountain, was base camped, and I didn't. I burnt a lot of calories that year. A lot of calories. I wasn't equipped to backpack and base camp, but now I am. All right, let's go. Thought I might find water here. This trough gets frozen over pretty good at the end of October. Comes out of there and it just kind of trickles down. As of the troughs, I would not pull water out of there, but right there I might, because the hose runs all the way down. The sheep ranchers tapped right into the spring, right? It's coming out of the water ground right there. Probably the same water source I saw coming up the trail. And even right there. I might set up my camp not too far from here, which means I didn't need to pack 5 liters of water in. I like this spot. Brought my saw. I could trim that back and string from this tree to that tree, or that tree. Nice and closed in, shady. However, that is an ancient pine. That's one of those trees where you find it fell and it took out a big root structure at the bottom with it. Plus that one over there. That thing is really old. I'm gonna keep looking. Call me paranoid, but yeah, I'm being paranoid. You know, I'm thinking I might do it though. I don't like being next to it, but it looks like if it were to fall, it'd fall that way. I mean, there's dead trees all through here, so it's going to be hard to find a spot that is 100%. I mean, the odds of that thing falling while I'm here are pretty low. But if it were, it looks like it goes the other direction. Just going to scare the crap out of me if it does. There's another tree. Yeah, that one. That's a tall one. I don't know, I think I want to do it. Took me a little longer to set up camp than I was expecting, but it's up. So, well, the first thing I did is set up my ridge line. Ran it from over there to that tree over there. I wanted to do it to that one, but I didn't have enough cord. And then I set up a hammock, which I barely had enough line to do. And on the other tree, barely had enough room. I just picked up this hammock, by the way. This will be the first time my wife sees it. Ugh. Mosquito netting, very important. This hammock is nowhere near as expensive as a real good hammocks are, but it's light and the price was right. 58 bucks. Hopefully that thing works out. I know that hammock is too small for me. It's like 9 feet. I need like a 10 or 11 foot hammock. That said, it is light. Just a little over a pound. And I got this tarp for rain. I think I spent 40 bucks on this. So, wish I could run this out a little bit more. Prop them up. Pull this tarp out a little bit further away from the hammock. Well, the proof will be in how well I sleep tonight. That thing up there bothers me. But it is what it is. All right. Time to go take a little walk. And this little canyon. Oh, is that a canyon? Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a canyon. Or a draw. I call everything a drill, don't I? But this is why I'm here. Every year, I hear elk coming out of here. I just know the general location. Thing is I don't know how they're getting in and out of there, and I don't know if they're at the very bottom of it. They're on that side, which is the, north, south. I think that's the east. Yeah, it's the east side. Yeah. I don't know if they're on the east side or if they're on this side of it, on the west side. Just down there. Or at the very bottom. I don't know. I've always heard them, but I've never been able to class them in there. And those aspens in there are really thick. Plus you have some rocky cliffs in there. I mean, it is really thick in there. So I have no idea exactly where they are in this area. I just know they're here. At least every year they have. Usually during the rut in September. Now whether or not they're going to be here in August, I don't know. September I'd be sure to hear them. Typically hear them bugling at about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Of course, it's now 10 o'clock, so I'm 2 hours too late. I think I might try a cow call. Would have brought an elk bugle, but I didn't feel like packing it. Now, I don't know how they get in out of there, but I do know where there are some wallows over that direction. I have like several wallows on my map. So, maybe they're on this side and they go over towards the wallows at night. I don't know. I remember glassing here before. Occurs to me that this group of pines right here, that might be where they bedded in the past. Those aspens over there, way too thick, especially for a bull that has antlers. So, probably this group of pines down here or somewhere off further that way. Regardless, I have not heard anything, but that doesn't mean they're not here. I'll have to come back this evening or tomorrow morning to be sure. The canyon of my big miss. I hiked up the back side of this mountain, came down this side along the ridge line. I think it was somewhere about there. As I was walking the ridge line, saw something stick its head up. It had antlers, and it kind of bounded down a little bit. Went over that way. I backtracked, came down, maybe right around, I don't know, there some about. Got within 20, 30 yards of him. He was behind a tree. He fired up the boiler room. Went downhill on a diagonal. I blew in a grunt call. Got him to stop. I don't know how far he was. I think I shot over him. Because I was down there. He was down here. He went off that way. And I walked around in defeat this way. And found a dead bull elk, which is how I know there's elk around here. This thing's been dead a while. It wasn't here yesterday. What a shame. That had been last night or this morning. Well, I found the bones of that bull I found from 2018, and he's not where he was. He was up near that badger hole actually, originally. So after 2 years, ain't a whole lot left of them. Here's a leg. You know, it amazes me how the ligaments are still attached after all this time. More of it down there. Huh. Something has been dragging it around. Alright. I'll have to come back either tonight or tomorrow morning. And keep an ear out for any elk. If they're down here, they might be down there. Ooh, it's a badger. Okay, I'm going this way now. I'm in a cocoon with my stinky feet. Use my trekking poles, prop up the tarp, so now I got a little view. So far I'm liking this hammock setup. Proof will be in the pudding and how well I sleep in it tonight. It's nice up here. I think I'm gonna go down and get some water. I'm not too far from a spring. That's why I camped here. Well, I went out glassing again. I didn't see anything or hear anything. Talked to a couple other hunters. They were out there camping with their horses, and they saw some deer, but they said they didn't see any elk. And I did stay about 8 feet away from them off the trail. So right now, sun's starting to set. I am making the mother of all ramen bombs. 2 packages of tuna for the extra protein. And boiling some water. Hungry. Some hot chow will be nice. Well, unlike the extended archery area, temperature here is dropping pretty fast. According to my Garmin, I'm at 10,000 feet. Not sure if I believe that or not. Oh, can't wait for hot chow. So, when I found elk back here in the past, it's been in September during the rut. For purposes of archery, this area here is a bust. If I come back to this area, if I don't fill my tag, I come back this area during rifle and muzzleloader. I think I know what I'm gonna do, and I won't be back here. So time's coming short. Opening day is not that far off. So I think my next few scouting trips I'm gonna be concentrating on my primary area. I hope I don't go back here and find all the elk are gone, truthfully. But aside from that, I want to pattern them. I'm just gonna sit there and I'm gonna glass. And just glass and glass and glass. Because I'll be in a position where I can do that and see where they go, what they do. That's the most important thing. That's the information I'm gonna need come opening day. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go walking back there again in the morning or not. I'm thinking about just packing up and heading home first thing in the morning. Just come down the mountain in the dark and get on out of here. This scouting trip was a good workout, and it was a good experience trying a different form of camping. I'll let you know how the hammock does in the morning. Can't wait to eat this ramen bomb. For the uninitiated, you need 1 gallon freezer bag. Ramen, as the name implies. Instant mash. And some type of meat. Doesn't have to be this. It could be Spam, chicken in a bag. I like this hickory smoked tuna. Actually, I put 2 of them in there. 2 cups of water. Or you'll mix it all up, put it in the bag, and you dump in 2 cups of water. And then you let it sit. Need a long spoon. This is cheap, it's filling, and it puts a bunch of calories back in your system. And it's actually pretty good, believe it or not. All right, well, it's about 4:30. Woke up at 3:30. Went to bed at 9. Woke up at 3:30, and I slept the whole night. Can't really move around in that hammock. It kind of cocooned in. You kind of have to sleep on your back. But I slept the whole night, which non-stop, which I think for me is unusual. Making some coffee, some instant, pre-mixed with a little bit of sweetener and a little bit of creamer because, well, instant coffee is nasty. Now, if I was actually doing some serious hunting today, I'd mix it with that. That is like the ultimate go juice, man. Carnation instant breakfast with some stout instant coffee, and that'll get you going in the morning. So, I'm gonna eat some breakfast, finish tearing down camp, and I think I'm just gonna head on out of here. I think the likelihood of elk in here at this time of year is low. Maybe it's September, like I've seen them before, and whenever I've seen them, it's always been in September. Elk are, they have seasonal patterns, so as far as I know, they have seasonal patterns. So I'm here way ahead of them. Well, I got camp struck. Took me a while to get that ridgeline down. My knot was bad. Just have to say, I love morning sunrise in the mountains at about 9,000 feet or so. We're heading down. It was, in terms of scouting, it was non-productive, but in terms of field experience with a new way of camping, I think it was productive. And I'm going to need that experience later on in the season, most likely. So, if I don't record anything again, as always, have a good one.